morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading room. Hang on here a second while I get the screen share going on. Well, for those of you who thought the FOMC minutes were going to clear things up for us a little bit, things didn't go exactly according to plan, did they? Certainly the minutes release added a lot of volatility to the market. As you can see here on the Eagle, in the afternoon, we had some fairly major swings both ways. Market moving down, market moving back up, market moving back down, and this all unfolding really in a matter of minutes. Would have been very, very difficult to trade, as is usually the case around the FOMC meetings. After that, markets went pretty much flat, stayed flat through the overnight and into the open. So here we are, looking at either a very big sideways range, or you know what, I really don't know. I really don't know. The market is so conflicted here at the moment. I think the best course of action is just to give them some time here to sort themselves out. We are getting a buy signal. This is our first Eagle in sync buy signal, which we've been following the last few weeks, looking at taking that first Eagle signal as it prints, looking for some early momentum. Hey, good morning, Christian. Christian is trading the Forex markets with DTS. Christian says, good morning. The Euro-US dollar pair is heading down after the FOMC, but the DTS worked very well yesterday. Yeah, I suppose here I shouldn't be looking at the Eagle, because the Eagle taking a little bit of a broader view of things. Here on the Hawk, nice first micro-macro cross and a macro pullback, another macro pullback. All three signals producing at least their profit objectives. Here's a first micro-macro cross. You would have taken a little bit of heat on that one before it finally got up to its profit objective. Again, all the more reason not to frame your trades overly tight. Right? If the risk amount remains the same, whether you place a tight stop or a looser stop, why not keep the looser stop? It ain't a loss unless it gets hit. So here, out of the Eagle this morning, a pretty good effort. The market coming up within a tick or two of our profit objective. Would have hit our break-even trigger if you were running one, and now we see the market moving back to break-even. So we'll just wait a little while. Doesn't cost anything to watch. All right, now we're going to check the bottom end of the trading range, or so it seems. We have a trend change signal here on the Falcon. We have a soft edge sell on the Raptor. Take it below the lows. So essentially we're getting a second push opportunity on this signal. And a second push entry might not be a bad way to go today. Initial stops should go above the swing high. What time is it? We're about almost 10 minutes into the session. If I were smart, I would just let the opening range expire. Allow the market to print a few bars, try to see which way it may be leaning. But whoever said I was smart, just ask my wife. So we're seeing a little bit of support here. Traders may be respecting this trend line that I've drawn. Even if they ignore the trend line, there's no ignoring. There's buying here at this 49.33 region. And the Raptor now a little conflicted. All right, here we go. So still working off of this signal, and you can see we're printing another signal pretty much exactly the same place. So still a soft edge sell. Now you're probably thinking, well, Eric, a soft edge sell. Why are we selling at the hard edge? That tends to be our profit objective. Yes, that's true. However, when we do a soft edge sell and it occurs near the hard edge, there does tend to be a little bit more follow through if we can get it. Oh, you stinkers. All right, so we get the break even at least. Come on, get that profit target. Here, I'll move the mouse out of the way. I think we're scaring the market here a little bit. Oh, you're kidding. was worth a try, and it may turn out that it was just unfortunate timing with that stop. I'll wait for a cloud crossover to occur. Or maybe I'll just wait a few minutes longer. You can see here. On the Falcon now, we're trading down at the primary support level. After we got our trend change slash late filter entry signal earlier. And so far, I'm not regretting taking that break-even stop out. And here come the buyers again. Okay, we are getting a first micro macro cross higher, and we did get a red bar buy signal here on the Eagle. And maybe not. Oh dear. All right, so are the buyers really going to string a couple of rallies together here? We are getting a late filter entry to buy. We're getting a double, well, a mini double pullback here on the Raptor. I'd actually like to see this pullback one more time. Or you could call this a cloud crossover. There's a couple of ways you can interpret what's going on here. I think it's important not to get too crazy. let's put that back on the shelf. Oops. All right, well, if the Raptor comes back with another buy signal here, that could be possible. We've got another late filter entry signal here on the Falcon. Here now on the Raptor, I'll just, okay, I'm not going to buy in. I'll get a chance to buy above the high, and we will try to run it below the low. Oh, come on now, be nice. It's near the top of the hour again, so it's a little dicey to be buying near the highs of the morning as opening range is almost ready to expire. And I think I'm going to hold my stops here a little bit. There we go. Oh, come on. Let's go. choice. I gotta pull up the mouse. Here we go. Come on, get up there. Get up there. Oh, we gotta work hard on this one. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Don't stop. Get above that high. There we go. Come on. Come on. Get up there. Get up there. There you go. All right, get to that break even. Okay, we've hit the break even trigger. Oh, come on. Oh, man. That's twice now. All right, let's put that away. Maybe I should have just taken scalp targets on both. Just when you thought maybe the buyers were going to put something together. right, well, we're getting a red bar buy signal here on the hawk. We may see that fail and the market try to head lower again. We are sort of near the top end of this rather large trading range that seems to, well, it really starts back here and goes down to here. Now we've got a more intermediate range that is running something like that. That's currently where we find ourselves, near the top end of this more intermediate trading range. It is also possible to shoot a trend line this way, in which case maybe look for another red bar buy or something near the lows. Okay, well, we're not seeing a lot of follow through either way. It looks like this trading range is still containing the market. All right, well, we're getting another macro pullback. I don't know if I want to commit to the buyers just yet. We are near the top end of this trading range. Yeah, and you can see the result. No follow through on that first micro macro cross. It looks like the market might be getting back here into the trading range a little bit. If the buyers are going to rally this market, they're going to have to recover it soon. Otherwise, it's just going to slide toward the bottom end of the trading range. Well, it looks like we're going to spend a little bit of time on our hands. I'm just going to check the reports calendars. I'm going to snoop around a little bit, see if I can see what the chatter is, but yeah, nothing really. We had some reports come out earlier today, but nothing that really sparked the market one way or the other. Not much to do. A couple of comments here. Christian writes, just a short message. The the Euro US dollar pair beaten down again, and we're near parity with the US dollar. Maybe after Donald Trump begins his program, and the year 2017 will be very exciting. Yeah, I'm sure it will. One way or the other, it's likely to add a little bit of volatility to the market. I'll tell you, the markets don't like uncertainty. The markets really don't care who is in power. It doesn't matter the country. In the U.S., they don't care whether it's a Democratic or a Republican candidate in office. In Canada, they don't care whether it's the Conservative Party or the Liberal Party. And true anywhere in the world, really, but they want stability. And I think the way the U.S. government is teed up right now, it should make for a fairly stable political government for the next 4 years. That's not to say, it's good nor bad. Just that, like I said, from a market point of view, markets hate uncertainty. Here in Canada, we can have such a thing as a minority government. And that's happened several times in the last few years. Not currently. Currently, we have a majority government, but in the past, we have had minority governments, and that's always weighed heavily on the Canadian markets, that uncertainty factor. And that brings me to Peter's comment. Peter writes, "Good morning, Eric. Do you think next week is going to be a low volume week, and does that add to the volatility?" Of course, we're sneaking up on the week before the Christmas break, and the volatility will probably stay strong right through the week, Peter, but the week after Christmas, tends to be the time when a lot of traders just step away from the markets. Surprisingly enough, we see some very strong moves that week of Boxing Week and early into the new year. So volatility will be up, volume will be down that last week of the year, but next week should still be all right. It's one thing about the North American markets, they know how to do business. It's business as usual. When we work, we work. And when we play, well, we play. And we don't mix the two up. We're not getting a whole lot going on here at the moment. The Raptor coming back here with a soft edge sell signal. I'm not sure I want to commit to that just yet. Again, we're a little bit close here to the hard edge, and the last time we tried to sell, there wasn't any follow-through from it. It does appear as though there is a little bit more follow-through to the upside, in which case a double pullback signal might be a little stronger. The eagle here also trying to produce I would consider this a hard edge bounce. It's certainly close enough, but it never got above the ATR, so not really in sync. And I think today is the kind of day we want to have as many things going in our favor as possible. All right, we're getting a little bit of follow through on that soft edge sell. No real signal here out of the hawk just yet. All right, the first micro macro cross lower. Okay, that first micro macro cross has disappeared, going into a macro pullback, but you can kind of see the conflict that the market's having. We are still working a bounce here off the hard edge. what are you going to do? All right, here they come. A red bar buy signal here on the Eagle is the only tool at the moment giving us a possible buy, but you can see the hawk already making a lower high. The Falcon starting to turn over. I'm going to anticipate, can I cover it down there? Ooh, I can. All right, I'm going to anticipate we're going to print on the completion of this bar. Oh, shoot, hold on a second here. I'll give it just a little bit extra. I wonder if I should go on the other side of the ATR. Make the ATR turn over. Then I can cover it there. I don't even need to take two contracts. Maybe that's the way to go. I'm torn between taking the later entry or the earlier entry because of the high here. Oops. Oh, stop it. Oh, come on. So we're finding some support here. My signal has since disappeared, so we're going to cancel that. I really don't want to commit to anything so long as we're in this sideways range. And I do favor the buyers ever so slightly, but we're getting some sell signals here. I don't think I would consider this a cloud crossover just yet here on the Raptor. The clouds were starting to cross here, and the market went in, came out, produced a sell signal. If you wanted to sell below the lows, you could treat it more of a sideways range than a cloud crossover. Crude oil also a little bit adrift today, not quite as bad. The market's opening right around here, and for the entire session so far, all we've seen is a little bit of a pullback. The market I should have been watching today more closely is the soybean market. Out of the open, we got a trend change signal. The market gave us a little bit of heat on it, but look at that follow through. That's a pretty crazy rally. Oh my gosh, it's only been an hour since the open. It seems like we've been doing this all morning. Okay, here come the buyers again. I'm going to get a second push on this signal here. Might end up being a little bit late to this one. All right, well, here we go. Hang on to your hats if you can stand the excitement. We are long on the NASDAQ one more time. Yeah, the Eagle and the Raptor kind of the first to come through here with a signal. I know I can actually cover this trade a little bit deeper. I'm hoping that get a little bit of follow through off of this. Come on. So we're flinching now near the highs. Buyers gotta get busy, or I'm gonna jam my stop in ultra tight. In fact, I'm gonna get that ready right now. There we go. That's all they're gonna get if they don't rally off of here. You can see trade forecaster saying we're in full-on scalp mode for another 18 minutes, give or take, after which we could be moving into trend mode. Well, that would be very welcome. We got to get above 49.50. Here's the problem. The primary resistance line keeps knocking us down. After that, even though the market turned here at 49.50, we should be cleared to get to 49.55 at the very least. But you think we can string a couple of bull bars together here? Not looking all that promising here at the moment. Steven's watching Bollinger Bands. He says it went right to the to the band at 48 and a quarter. Just touch the band there and settle back in. Excuse me. Alright, that's all they get. We'll actually give them this bar right there. 49.42 quarter, that's all you guys get. If you can't recover it from here, then I don't want to play. Okay. Alright, let's put that away. Just gonna make a couple notes here in my trading journal. Alright, folks, I think we're going to close up the room a few minutes early here. You know, the market's flinching again. We're not getting any follow through. I don't know what to suggest for today. Until we get outside of this trading range, it's just going to be more of the same. Hopefully things will loosen up a little bit for Friday, because this is downright painful. Even though we're more or less break even on the day, it's no fun. We need at least a little bit of follow through. I may be in full on scalp mode tomorrow, just, you know, scalping in and out for a scalp target, and leave it at that. All right, we'll see what tomorrow brings. I'll catch you then. Be careful this afternoon. Right now it looks like the bears are going to take their kick at the can, but I'm not sure that they're really going to be able to move the market that much further than the buyers have. At any rate, hopefully tomorrow things will loosen up a little bit for us. We'll talk to you then. Bye for now.